Welcome to Abu Dhabi Talks. My name is Sana Diab, and with me are Ro and Freya.
Hey.
Hi.
Wait.
Hi, Kulthum. Great to see you.
Hi.
Round
I'll be more
two.
fun. How are you doing,
Great to
guys?
see you. I'm good, alhamdulillah. Missed you. I didn't get to see you when you left Abu Dhabi, and now you're in Riyadh. So this is great to connect with you for our Eid.
I know, this is wonderful.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the look that we're doing today. So you're doing a more simplified look, aren't you?
I love being natural on Eid. I mean, it doesn't have to be very subtle, but because we usually get ready in the mornings, and you want something to last through the afternoon till the evening, and then maybe you could glam it up more in the evening, like darken it out a bit. So I thought classic liner, winged liner, with a little bit of shimmer on your eye, give you that oomph, that look. So that's what I'll be doing today. So for the brush, I'm just going to use a fluffy brush, a blending brush. It looks like that. And I'll need a liner. Okay, so you could use any liner that you have. I have this one by Tarte. It's called Tarteist, and it's like a two-sided thing. So it has one to, it has like a pen, like a pencil.
Okay.
So like a kohl kind of a look if you want to smudge it out anywhere. And then I have this felt tip.
Yeah.
Like it's easier to control this when you're using it for a wing because it's pointed, and for the ones which are in those little pots, they're more liquidy, so it's harder to control the consistency of it. So this would be my pick. But you have to use a very good kind of pen because they dry out very easily. So for shimmer, I have two options. So I have this Ofra highlighter palette. So it has like three kind of shimmers, like a gold, a bronze, and a silverish pearly shade. So any shimmer shade that you have on the palettes that you have, that's fine. Yes, the second one, I was just gonna say that. That's perfect. And Sana and Ro, you're good with the
Well, I have this,
shades?
but there's two with the shimmering thing. This is
you
shimmer,
could use the first or the second, Sana.
Yeah, first.
And for Ro, you could even use the silver on the second palette. Is that an Urban Decay palette?
Urban Decay.
Yeah, so the second one, the silver one. You could even use a liquid highlighter if you've got, it gives a good, like if you can see that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that shimmer, this is like, so if you have even a highlighter, which is a shimmer highlighter, you could use that as well. So essentially you don't need like those big palettes. You can just use whatever you have. All right, so I'm just gonna collect the shade, this base shade, okay, and I'm gonna tap the brush so all the extra. Because I've done my concealer. I don't want the residue to be.
Wait, this is different from the shimmer that we picked?
Yeah, this is the base shade.
Okay.
You could go into brown or pink, whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay.
So you sort of pack it into the corner, as you can see, right? And then you take it, in circular motion, you take it in the inner corner of your eye, but you stay on your upper crease. So this is your upper crease, okay? Right there. Pack the product here at the corner of your eye, and then go into circular motion and go towards the inner corner of your eye and go back and forth. It's sort of like a swish motion, as they call it. Like a windshield wiper.
Yep.
So there you go. So I just want to give you a look of the shadow that I just put. I look funny. In like half of the okay. Like I like to use pink because it gives you a really glowy, natural finish kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So with browns, again, it intensifies. It really depends on the color that you use for your eyes. So now I'm gonna go in with my shimmer. It's that simple. Okay, so I'll just use my finger for this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can see how pigmented the shade is, can you see that?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I love this palette. So, okay, so all I'm gonna do is take it from the inner corner of my eye and I'm just gonna swipe it. Okay, all right, so can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just backing it in the inner corner and like I'm going right into the middle of the eye, right? Can you see that?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go back with my brush. I'm not going to put anything on it. And I'm going to go back and sort of blend it all together, you know, so that there's no harsh line of the glitter away from, I mean, you know, and you sort of have to mesh the colors of the eye, because of the eyeshadow on the lid, because then it just stands out separately and you don't want that. So you just take that and go back into the crease. Don't touch the shadow that I've put over here, okay, on the lid. And that's it. Can you see that?
Very subtle.
Very
Very nice.
subtle.
It's good. It gives everyone an idea who's watching, because you know everyone's been home in the lockdowns, and we have to use the makeup that we have. So I think this is a really good way that, you know, I've got the light colors, Rose got slightly dark colors.
Absolutely. And that's why I, you know, look, I'm using a highlighter palette. I'm not even using an eyeshadow palette. So if you, I mean, everybody owns a highlighter, or, you know, a lot of people use lip shades. You know the gloss that comes over the lips. That's like ideal to put on your eyelids. That wet look that's going on these days, especially after the Met Gala. So a lot of people are using lip glosses. They're called strobes for the lip. If you're aware of that. Especially the Huda Beauty one. Yeah. So they use that on their eyes as well. So it gives them that wet look on the eyes. So I'll take my felt tip liner. So now there are two ways. One way is to lift the liner first. So sketch the outer cat line of your eye. Okay. And then go inwards. Okay. And then the other way is you go from the inner corner of your eye and first come out to the edge, but do not wing it yet.
You know what I do? There's a third way that I do. Probably because I've done that makeup. What I do is, because I find sometimes if there's too much product on the tip, if I start from the corner, it blobs. So what I've always done is I start from the middle of my eye.
Center.
I go to the edge, and then I go back to the beginning, and then I do my wing.
That's fantastic. That's why these pens, you know, so you can control that's the differentiation I made in the beginning, that when it's harder to control this, so you should know the technique. Like you found the technique of doing it from the center of your eye, but usually what people do, it just, you know, they don't even sort of wipe it on the
that's what I do.
The mouth of the bottle, and they just sort of, you know, it just becomes a mess. So yes, that's another way that I usually do that when I'm not doing a full liner look. I'm sort of just giving a fullness to my, you know, lashes. I do that from the center. I just lift it from the center a little bit.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
Very.
Yeah.
No, I want to know where it ends, or where it's supposed to, like.
Okay, your eyeliner should not be more than where your eyebrow is. Okay, so it should not be higher, like more inner, or it should not be outer. So you see, this is the angle. This is the angle of your eyeliner. You get it? So that's where you have to draw the line. Okay, so what I was saying is that we lift from here. So you sort of lift. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And now see, if you've got who did what wrong? No, look at you guys in concentration. No, that looks fine, bro.
How is it fine? It's so
no, I can't. No,
from the middle.
No. Oh yeah, so just fill it in. No, just fill it in. Where there's a gap between the liner and your lid, just fill it in. Wow. Can you see that?
I love liquid liner.
I love it.
Oh man, so do I. It just completes the look. It's just, you know. And for me, I think my face is big and my eyes are small. So if I don't have eyeliner, then I just look like punched in the face like this.
We are so women, we're so self-critical, I find, don't we?
I know.
But you know, only you yourself can analyze yourself like that, and that's good sometimes because then you know what you need to work on, or you know, you find your middle ground. But you know, like other people don't see these things, that how your eyes are or how big or small your nose is. Okay, you know, to give a very Arabic look, they extend the inner corner. You know, they sort of take you can take the eyeliner felt tip and then just go, you know, sort of extend the inner corner. But that again gives a very intense, very catty look. So if you're looking for that, then you know, go ahead and do that. That's just a tip.
I think that's nice with false eyelashes as well.
It is. Going back to this brush, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I take medium brown shade, not a dark brown shade. So this one, okay. Okay. So I take that. This I personally like doing. Yeah, you can just take any brown.
Brown.
That's fine. That's a medium brown. Yeah. So what I do is make sure that you tap it and, you know, get the dust off. And what I do is I sort of, you know, line the under lash line with it.
Oh,
give a little shadow over there. Because when you use mascara, and you know, I use it on the lower lash line as well, so it gives a fuller, thicker look to the lashes underneath. Not completely the inner corner, but where your lash starts from. So it's just a shadow under the lash, basically. So, and that's why we used a medium brown shade, so that it, you know, it looks natural. This is a really nice cheap mascara that I use, but it's so good. It's by Essence.
I've got Essence. I love Essence.
I love this mascara. So I like curling it, and I like going really slow on my mascara. One of my teachers told me once, they're like, mascara is what brings the look together, your entire eye together, and people usually don't spend any time using mascara, you know. It's so quick. But you should really, really get into the mascara and feel it, you know. Okay, and what I do with the lower lash line, I don't go in with more product. I just sort of, you know, wiggle it in.
Okay.
Yeah, so that looks pretty cute. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I love it. I love this kind of look. It's really soft, really subtle, and it's quick.
If you want.
I don't know. I still think that I did a wing liner wrong because.
Okay, I get what you've done. It's a little thick on the outside. So you know what you do, Ro, the tip for that is that you don't you know, it's the way you hold the tip. See, like I'll show you here. Okay, if you hold the tip like this, it will always be thicker at the end. When you're especially using this technique where you're winging it before anything, you need to be as light on your hand and as, you know, as like slow as you can. So you see how I'm holding it like that, and then you can build your wing however you want. You see?
Okay.
That looks good, bro.
It's quite intense. Yeah, there you go. You fixed it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Good
Looks
job.
great now.
Thank you. Okay. I practiced.
Look at you. That's a beautiful eye. Look at you.
With this kind of eye color, you can put any kind of lipstick on.
Yes, exactly. So I would like to do that too. I like doing that too.
Let's show our lipsticks. These are our lipsticks today. 1, 2, 3. For Eid, I thought this would be wonderful for all of us stuck at home during lockdown. We're going to be celebrating Eid, so it'd be nice for us to learn some makeup tips for a nice Eid makeover with what we have at home. So you don't have to buy anything special, the eyeshadows and tools that you have. I'd like to welcome this week to the show Anfal Abdul Sahib. She is a very active member on a lot of my platforms, and she's an absolute darling. And I met Anfal at school. Our kids were at school together, actually, and she's always happy, chirpy. It was always lovely seeing you, actually, on the school runs. She's done a bunch of courses. She's got a great Instagram, very skilled, and I thought for Eid it'd be perfect to have Anfal come and show us some techniques.
Thank you so much. This is an honor for me, seriously. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Honestly, the colors I chose is just, you can do it with any colors. It doesn't have to be the colors I choose. Just as long as you start with a transition color, which is like a color in between a dark and a light, to be able to blend these dark and light colors to make it look like it's a very nice transition between the colors rather than a sharp edge. Perfect. Yes, that's awesome. Yeah.
So you're doing, what is your look today? What is the eye look? How do you describe that?
I would just like describe it a normal purple, pinky, smoky look. Nothing like, no, but I'm not going to be using eyeliner. I'll be using a dark purple to smoke out that look. I have to do something called a bat wing line, which is basically you have to look straight into the mirror and draw the liner while you're doing the liner. You know, like you have to just not close your eyes, because if you close your eyes and do the liner, the moment you open your eyes, it just disappears. I used just a normal concealer. I'm using the Shape Tape, and I don't add a lot. You shouldn't add too much, just like a drop here and a drop here.
What's the Shape Tape? Hang on, what's the Shape Tape?
Oh, this is the Shape Tape, Tarte Shape Tape. It's like the best concealer out there. Honestly, it's amazing. No creasing, lovely coverage, and you don't feel like it's caked on if you blend it properly. If, like, you know, it just doesn't crease. So now that's
think about eyes as prepped.
Yeah, eyes are prepped. Awesome. I'll be going into a transition color, like I said. So the first color will be this one, like a shade like this, if you can.
So basically, the idea is we have a light, medium, dark color, yes, and the highlighter will go at the top, the fourth color. So we can choose any sort of color range as long as there's a light, medium, and dark.
Yes, but I won't be using the highlighter on the top. I will be using it in the inner corner, just to open up the eyes. Yes. So I'll just use a blending brush, like any blending brush you have, like this one. I like doing the hand thing. I feel like, you know, those YouTube tutorials.
Oh, me too.
Oh, no, it looks like this, hon.
I know, I don't have one.
Okay.
You told me about it before.
I did.
This is the transition.
The transition color. Because I said I have hooded eyes, so I'll be looking straight into the mirror, and I will be creating a fake crease, basically. But if you can, when you open your eyes and you can see the crease properly, then you don't need to do that. So I'll be looking at the camera like this and just blending above my crease, just so that I can create that fake crease and make my eye look bigger. And just blend, 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 blend. And when you think that you blended a lot, blend some more, because that's all you have to do, you know? Once you have really blended eyeshadow, it will just look amazing. The transition and everything will look perfect. And it's always better to hold the brush from the end, because that way you don't press so hard and you won't like put a lot of pigment in the eyes, you know, on the eyes.
So how long would this generally take, this eye makeup? They would need, what, 10 minutes to achieve this?
Without talking, honestly, this would take me 10 minutes, like without explaining step by step, but it's really not a lot. It's just literally putting color, a very light touch, and blending, and then I'll show you the next step. Add the lighter color, like now that they're both done, I'll just take a lighter color, which is Valentine. Like, see, this is the transition. I'll be using a lighter color now. So any color you're choosing, just go for something that is lighter than the color you chose.
Okay.
Can it be matte or shimmery? Does it matter?
No, it has to be matte. Shimmery is the last step that you're going to be doing. When you're doing these blending and transition between color to color, it has to be matte. And the shimmer, I usually add it like in the inner corner to the half here. Okay. I don't add it anywhere else. So I'll be taking this Valentine. Again, not so much. Tap, always tap away any excess, because you already have your face, so you don't want to have more. You don't want to have more on your face, you know. This one will go above that transition that you put, and you take it all the way to your brow. This is how I do it. I take it all the way to the brow bone. Just take it here. I'll show you. Just till here. You want to leave this brow bone empty. Just take it above to this one, okay? Okay, so now this is all blended with the light. Do you have a smudge brush like this? A dark color. That's the color I'll be taking. Okay. This one over here. Okay? Right? Okay, I'll be looking at the mirror. Can you see if I look at the mirror? Is it showing? Okay.
Yeah.
And just tilt your head a bit and just place where you want that dark color to go. Creating that V. Like you press it, take, dab, like keep pressing in the area. We're still not taking it into the crease. You just press into that area, like this outer corner. And then when you feel like there's not a lot in the brush left, then start taking it into the crease. And that's when you start creating the depth of the eye. We're just gonna keep blending it. Like, see, this is like, it's taking lifting your eye. I'm happy with the shape. Now I start blending.
Okay.
You don't have to put anything. Like you don't have to add the dark color, because then it will be just too much and it will be very difficult to blend. So just blend, blend, blend. If the color has gone, that's when you start applying again that dark shadow. So here you just do circular motion in the outer corner.
Yeah.
You don't take it all the way out. Just blend it where it is. Yeah. Don't go down, don't go up to the brow. Just where it is, and do circular motions like this. And then you'll have that smudgy, like it will be a smudge effect. And then for the crease, that's when you do windshield wiper motion. And again, don't press too hard. Just it's the lightest touch you have, and just blend. I feel like I want it to be darker, so I go back to that dark color and I just press, like I'll show you, like here. You see that over here, the outer, in the middle here. That's where I want to press. Not all the way out, but just here. This, can you see this?
I'm going to use my pointy brush. I'm going to try it with that.
Yeah, the outer crease, just the outer crease, just press it and just flick it a bit. That just gives a bit more dimension, but it's still smudged, you know, like it's still nicely blended. And then go back and just blend the top. You see this top over here? That's where we want to blend. I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so now after we added this, we're gonna take a nice, because I'm in the purple pink tone, but if you're doing brown or any other color, you wanna take a brown, not so light color, but like a medium shimmer, like this one. That's the one I'll be taking. It's like a dark purple shimmer. Okay, we're gonna put it in the outer corner over here. Just the outer corner, not all the way to the end. Where the dark shade ends, that's where you're gonna add your shimmer. Now you added that color, you're just gonna take one lighter color, and I will be using this one. It's a nice champagne shimmer, and this is what's gonna open my eyes. You know, like when you add color inside, it will really open it. Now for this, I'll just take a smaller brush. A smaller brush just to define it, and then I'll go back with my pinky. See how it immediately brightened the top? I don't know if you can see it, but you see that this is the color that you want to go for a highlight. Okay, and tilt your head back, look in the mirror down, and this is how you can apply without going all the way up, you know? Yeah. Now I can go in with my pinky, and that's it. Then you just go with a clean blending brush and just like try to blend them together so you just don't have that sharp edge. Okay, now that we're done with this, and then you take any black eyeliner. Freya, I believe you have this one.
Yes, I've got it ready. I love it. I just discovered this, and I absolutely love it. Good. I don't know where it's been all my life.
What is that?
I absolutely love it.
That's the Rimmel Exaggerate eyeliner. Okay, so I look up. I don't like pulling because I don't want more lines, you know, like wrinkles and stuff. So I just tilt my head, look down in the mirror, and just water my inner.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Like so.
What? You guys never did an inner line?
I've never
done
that.
I've never
That's
done it.
That's what I'm talking about. I can't put an inside one. That's why
I can't do that.
I can't. I'm gonna pass out. I can't do that.
It's so ticklish the first time you start, but once you get used to it, you also don't pull. You just like look down and just apply it.
I've never been able to do that.
What you can do if it's so if you get teary, you just take the pencil, but it has to be a sharp pencil. Like you don't want it to be very blunt, and just draw a very thin line, and then take a smudger like this and just smudge it. The reason I do it, like you can see the no, not inside, on the lash line, like right here.
Oh, there we go.
That's where you draw.
I do that all the time. I love that look when it's right next to your lashes. It's really flattering.
Yes, I'll use my favorite drugstore mascara. It's from Essence. It's called I Love Extreme.
I use this as well. I love it. It's one of those cheap ones as well. This is so good.
Dirhams. That's it, 16 dirhams. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes very quick. This is not a necessary step, but I'm just like used to it, you know. Go back to the dark color that you used This
Yes,
is the dark
right.
color that I used. Take a small brush like this. This is called a smudge brush. That's it.
It's
And
my
take
dark
the
color.
dark shade that you used on the outer. Look up in the mirror and just press it in the outer corner there. Press. It doesn't
You
have
just
to be
press.
a straight line. Yeah, just press it. It doesn't have to be a straight line because you're gonna smudge it. You're gonna blend it. Just take it to the half the lower lash. Then we go back to the color that we added on top of the transition shade, which is a very light color. And I used this one. We're just going back to the same colors that you used on the top. So you go back to this light one, take a a blending brush, and just blend on the lower. And that way you get that smoky effect on the bottom lash. And now for the inner corner, take that lightest shade that you put inside, which is for me this one.
Yeah.
And I just take it again in a brush like this, just so that it reaches the inner. I don't want something too big that it will come all over the face. Just a small, nice brush like this. Yeah. Just take it and put it in this area. And that's it.
We are joined today by Aarti Jurani, and she's also a moderator on one of my groups. She's lovely, and she's a journalist by profession. But last year she did quite a long, it was a makeup course, wasn't it? So she's qualified, she's qualified as a makeup artist now. And she's joining us today to show us our third Eid party look.
So everyone loves a good smoky eye. So I thought I'd do like the shortest cut to do a beautiful brown matte smoky eye, because that's something that works first of all with all outfits. You could be wearing like a very elaborate outfit or a more simpler outfit. It doesn't matter what color it is. You can pair it with like different lipsticks, because it's such a beautiful neutral color that it kind of goes with everybody. And also the thing is, it works for every age, because the older you get, your lids start to wrinkle a bit. And if you put a lot of glitter, it's going to settle into the fine lines and not look really nice. So a matte brown works irrespective of your age. It's like a great look that works with all outfits and all ages. So before I start, I'll quickly tell you what you need. Whether you have like a regular kajal pencil or a cream eyeliner or a cream shadow, a black one. You also need like a concealer, which is slightly lighter than your eyelid color, but has like decent.
I love this. I love this concealer.
That's really nice. I feel like it's kind of a dupe for the Tarte Tape Shape and much cheaper.
I love it. Infallible, more than a concealer, and it is more than a concealer. It will hide all your life's dark secrets. I'm gonna apply it over my body. It is the best concealer ever.
It is. Today I'm using the cheap and cheerful, very popular LA Pro Conceal. So this works great on your under eye, on the lid, everything. Just to basically neutralize the color. You just need 3 brown shadows. Any 3 is good. This is because this is my brown palette. I bought this out. So flat brush like this.
Okay. Yeah, I have that.
And like fluffy brushes. So I'll just quickly prep one eye. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I am taking my black cream base. Yeah. Or your gel liner or your kajal or anything. And
isn't it amazing how your eyes look so different just with concealer on? Look at the difference. It's amazing.
Okay, so I'm taking this now and I'm going to put it, just gently pull, not too much, very roughly close to the lash line. And make it a bit thick, but make sure you don't go above your socket. It needs to stay on the eyelid, because if it goes really high, then you look like you're punched.
So where do we end it? At the end of the eye? You don't want to do any wing or anything?
No, I'm not taking it out yet, because I'll take it out with the shadow and when I'm blending it.
Okay, so thick. It has to be thick?
Yeah, it has to be a bit thick. Start a little thin, because then we can make it thicker, because if it gets too thick, we can't make it thinner. And then I'm just going to blend it to make it softer. And make sure like super close to your lash line, there should be no gap. With a flat brush, I'm just pat like that, just towards the outside. Just very softly, I'm just taking the color out. Just take the color slightly outside, but very softly. What you're doing here is you're just softening the edge of the line.
Oh, okay.
And you're taking the color out as well. Now you can wipe down the same flat brush. Now I am going to take the darkest color in
How many colors are you using?
Sorry?
How many colors are you going to use?
Just 3.
So what I would use for dark brown, I'm going to use this. It's my grey hair concealer, actually. It's got a really nice dark brown.
That works.
I'll use that. Okay.
Okay, so now I've dipped my flat brush in the dark brown color.
Dark brown. Okay.
The darkest color.
Okay.
Okay.
And now I'm going to tap it on top of the black.
Oh.
Pack on the color on top of the black. So you shouldn't see too much of the black now. You should be able to see the brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But very dark brown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blending brush. I think I'm going to take this one. And we're going to take your medium brown. So I'm going to take this, for example. Can you see this?
Yeah, okay.
So I'm taking a medium brown.
Medium brown.
Okay.
Yeah. Tap off the excess. Otherwise, especially since we already have our base done,
Saying
we're
that.
going to have all of it fall down. Yeah, very good. And what you want to do now, you see this line that you have. Sorry, do I look funky? That angle. You're just going to buff out that line now. So just gently pull and buff out that line. So now, you have to go in like how your car windshield motion.
Yeah.
So just go like how your car windshield goes. So you should blend it till you don't see a definitive line. Should be like a soft blend. So now I am going to take my lightest color. So I'm going to take something like this. I think all of you have something like this. Like this color.
The lightest color. Is that the lightest?
Yeah.
What you have seems like an orangish one. I don't have that.
Oh, no. It's just the light brown.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's looking really orange on camera, actually.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just really light brown. Now what I'm going to do is, so basically the idea is for it to go as a gradient from like dark to light. And what you need to do is see that you should be able to see the 3 colors differently. It should look like it's kind of melding, like it's a natural gradient.
Oh.
Just above the socket where the darker color is gone, place the lighter color over that and then buff it out. Just literally just above the socket. Do you see the placement? Just above the socket. So I'm dipping into the color for the 3rd time now. And I'm just taking it slightly outside. Do you see it?
Yeah.
You're so pretty.
I have never done such a dark, smoky eye look.
It really suits you.
Yeah. You
Really? No, I feel like eyeshadow doesn't suit me. That's why I don't wear heavy eyeshadow.
And at this point, like you can still go back and make it like, if you feel it's still not dark enough, you can still go back and do it.
Really?
Because we're using only 3 colors, it's easy to build whichever color you feel like needs a little more pigment. Basically, the higher you go, you're using the lighter color to buff out the color under it. So now I'm going to take whatever shimmery color that you might have, a golden or silver, either way. I'm using this golden, a bit like a champagne-y color, this one. And then I'm going to tap and place it under the arch. You see the highest point of your brow?
Yeah.
Just under that. What I'm also going to do is the brush that I use my lightest color on, without taking any color on it, I'm just going to kind of gently soften the edge of the champagne color. So it again doesn't look too harsh. Now I'm going to take a liquid liner. Again, you can take a gel liner, liquid liner, whatever works for you. And I'm going to draw a very thin line. Again, because for people with hooded eyes, a thick liner plus a smoky eye is going to really weigh it down. So I'm going to put a really thin liner and then flick it slightly up towards the end. It's not going to be a full-on wing liner, it's just a thin liner that goes out again to just uplift the eye a bit.
Okay.
So I'm taking the side edge so that I am using only the tip of the pen, and then I'm very slowly, I'm staying just very close to the lash line. Of course, you can alter this depending on how thick you like your eyeliner.
Just to the edge. We're not going over the edge or anything.
No, just a little bit. Just put it up so that it kind of lifts a bit.
I love it on Freya.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Look, that best
I've
suit.
never worn such dark eye makeup. I'm making a very thick line, which I never wear.
You always say that it will not look good on you, and it does.
It looks really nice.
Looks great.
Yeah.
I'm making a thick line now. I thought might as well experiment today. I've never done it.
Yeah.
I've never had dark eye makeup.
Okay, now I'm going to do my lower lash line.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is a very dark black. This is Perversion by Urban Decay. Their 24/7 pencils are really good actually. Also quite waterproof. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to take it outside. I'm literally only putting it
No.
in the line. What I'm going to then do is I'm going to go back to my darkest brown, the one that I took for the eyelid.
Yeah.
And I am going to gently kind of soften the waterline, but I'm not going inside the waterline, just the edge. This is actually one of my favorite mascaras. It's like 13 dirhams. It's the Essence Lash Princess Falls Lash Effect Mascara, and this is the waterproof
I
version.
love Essence. I'm an Essence
my
girl as
God.
well.
This is a major fail for me, but I actually really do like smoky eye.
So now this is the last step, and this is optional. If this makes you uncomfortable, you don't have to do it. This is a pencil brush. I'm going to wet it slightly. So I've just slightly wet it, and I am going to put it in this gold here. Can you
Is
see
that with water? That's just
Gold.
water you sprayed, right?
This is Fix Plus, but you can also use water. That's fine.
Okay.
Just taking this gold shimmery color. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to take it. I'm patting it. I'm not rubbing it. And I'm going to place it on my inner corner to kind of brighten the eye a bit.
So now we just put our lipsticks on?
Yep, I already have mine on.
Oh, okay. Everyone on the screen?
Thank you for having me. I hope you guys had fun.
We did. And
Thank
we
you so
loved
much.
it.
All right, my dear. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Anytime.
Thank you so much, dear.
Take care. Bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
To everybody,
everyone.
thank you for joining us, and see you next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.